Okay, the problem is maximum salary. Okay, so what is the statement given that given an integer array nums and we need to find the salary, okay, with the largest sum, and we need to return that sum. Okay, and if we talk about the server, then it's nothing but the contiguous non-empty sequence of element within an array. Okay, so basically we'll be given an array. Okay, and from this array we need to find a subarray, okay, a non-empty subarray that will provide the maximum sum out of that array. Okay, so let's move towards the example. So this is the first example. So this is the array that is given to us, and if we notice carefully, this 4 minus 1 2 and 1 will this array will provide the maximum sum, and that will be 6. Okay, okay, let's move toward the next example. In this we have only single element in our array, and definitely this will be the result. Okay, so and the next one is we have this array, and if we notice carefully, then 23, as you can see that the entire array here, the entire array will work or will provide them maximum sum that will be 23. Okay, okay, so yeah, I think we got the approach what we need to do. Okay, now let's think algorithms to solve this problem. Okay, so basically if we think carefully, we just need to find the maximum sum from the sub array. Okay, so yeah, we can figure out that first of all we can figure out all the sub array, and then we can we can compare the this sum, okay, to get the maximum sum. So what I'm talking about, that we just need to use a nested loop. Okay, so there will be inner loop and outer loop. So basically first of all we'll in fast iteration we'll start from -2. Okay, so first of all this is -2, this is a sub array, then -2 and 1, then -2 1 3 this sub array, then -2 1 -3 4 this one, and so on. Okay, so first iteration will cover all the sub array that will start from -2. Okay, and we'll concurrently will be storing the maximum maximum sum. Okay, and in the next iteration we'll start from 1 all the way to 4, like 1 -3, then 1 -3 4, then 1 -3 4 -1. Okay, so and so on. Okay, yeah, that will be the approach, and I think it's take big of n square time complexity to solve this problem. And yeah, so now let's think another approach so that we can solve this problem with linear complexity. Okay, so basically if we want to solve this with linear complexity, then we have algorithms like Kadam's algorithm. We just need to use Kadam's algorithm to get the optimum solution for this maximum subarray problem. Okay, so now let's discuss what Kadam says about his algorithms. Okay, so basically Kadam says that so basically think like what we need to do, we just need to find the maximum sum from a particular subarray. Okay, and Kadam says that if you want to get the maximum sum, Kadam's algorithm says that we just need to iterate through the array. Okay, and we need to have a variable to store the current to add the current element to that variable. Okay, let's jump into the code and understand the algorithm. Okay, so let's take an integer, and that will be current sum. Okay, so current sum. Okay, and let's initialize this with 0, and we also, as we need to return the maximum sum, let's take a variable that will be max sum. Okay, and initialize this with the very first elements of our array, and that will be nums of 0. Okay, so what Kadam says that we just need to iterate through the array. Okay, so for iteration we just need to use a for loop. Okay, so for it will start from 0, okay, and all the way to the last element. So nums dot length, and every time we need to increase the I. Okay, so that is the thing. And now it says that we just need to add the current element to the current sum. So let's add the current element to the current sum. So current sum plus, okay, class equals the current element that will be nums of I. Okay. And you also need to check whether this current sum is greater than the max sum or not. If this is greater than max sum, then we just need to initialize this, okay, to the max sum. Okay, so yeah, we can check this with if statement, or we can also use a single statement like max sum equals map dot max of current sum and the max sum itself. Okay, so that is the thing. And you also need to check whether the current sum is negative or not, as we said, according to Kadams. Okay, or you can think of that if we take the negative sum, okay, if we take the negative sum, then this will reduce the overall value. Okay, so according to Kadams, okay, whenever you encounter with some negative current sum, then ignore that negative ones and reinitialize this with 0. Okay, so yeah, so the thing is if the current sum, okay, if the current sum is negative, okay, then we need to initialize the current sum with 0. Okay, as simple as that. And finally we just need to return the result, and that will be our max sum. Okay, so this is the thing. So yeah, I just want to repeat once again about the Kadam's algorithm. So Kadam's algorithm says that we just need to travel through the array, okay, and we need to have a variable that is whatever you can say. So for me, I said that it's current sum. Okay, so every time I'm just adding the current value to this current sum, okay, and I'm just taking that if the maximum sum, okay, if this current sum is greater than the maximum sum or not. If it's it, then I'm gonna initialize this to the maximum sum. Okay, and every time we also need to check, okay, if the current sum is less than 0 or not, negative value or not, because if we add the negative value to our overall sum, then yeah, it will reduce the value. Okay, so that's why, for that reason, we are going to ignore the negative value, and we are initializing the current sum with 0 again. Okay, so that is the thing that Kadam's algorithm says. Okay, and that is very simple code, you can say. Okay, so now let's run this code to check whether we have some error or not. Okay, so yeah, it's working well. Now let's submit this. So yeah, it's accepted, and that's all.